Not everybody who's homeless lives on the street. Some people live in hotels, while some of us couch surf. All of us are praying that you don't ask us how long we've been there. That was us trying to stay positive while knowing we didn't have a home to go back to. About a month ago, there was a comment on one of my videos. This one right here. Well, this person said to me that we weren't really homeless because we were lucky enough and blessed enough to have a garage to sleep in. Now, while that may be true, right? Like we are grateful that we are here, that we're not in the street, that we're not living out of a car. But I can tell you that it doesn't feel like home simply because you live with your children or family member. Now, I don't know about you, but maybe you don't know what it's like to live out of a bag or a bin, to not be able to unpack, to feel awkward, even in family's house, to use the kitchen, to take a while in the bathroom. You see, when people hear homelessness, they picture the tents and sleeping bags and street corners. But there's another kind. The kind that nobody talks about. They're the ones trying to hold it all together in silence. Because Lexi and I, we were in a hotel. We were sleeping, paying day to day, having to hustle every day just to keep the room over our head. And there were many nights that we were very close to packing up and believing that in just a few hours we were gonna have to sleep in our car. But there's nothing worse as a husband than watching your wife cry, because in a couple hours she's got to pack up this room for us to go nowhere. A car that was gonna be repossessed any minute because I didn't have a job to be able to afford the car payment. So there were many nights that, we were that close. And I can tell you that in our experience living in a hotel room, you don't realize how many people who are in that hotel who live there because they have nowhere else to go. Not everybody's unemployed. There are people who are fully or gainfully employed who still, for one reason or another, can't afford the deposit, can't pass a background check, doesn't have good enough credit. There are all sorts of reasons why somebody may be living in a hotel room. But I could assure you that not being homeless means not having your own space. There's levels to this shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, while we are grateful that, we have family that allowed us, that gave up a space for us to sit in and stuff like that, it's nowhere near like home. You see, the truth is, yeah, you can still shower every day, but you can't unpack anything. You can still cook, but everything is in bags. You're not on the street, but you're one late payment away from being there. You have to pretend like it's only temporary so that your pride can survive. People don't realize how mentally heavy it is to live day to day in a space that's not yours. You start measuring time by how long you've been somewhere instead of how far you've come. That experience changed how I see people, because you never really know who's struggling quietly. And let me tell you, the best of hotels still have sights that are heart-wrenching, that are heartbreaking. I remember coming out because Lexi wanted to smoke a cigarette. And there was a guy sitting on the side of the doorstep looking, I mean, just really bad. And I asked him, I'm like, are you hungry? And the guy replied that he hadn't eaten in 5 days. I went back inside and took the little food that was given to us because we couldn't even afford food that day. But it was given to us. Somebody cooked a homemade meal and gave us enough food for leftovers. So we were able to eat. And when we walked outside to have that after eating cigarette, well, Lexi, I went back inside and gave him the rest of the food. There was no way that I can eat. There was no way that I can eat that leftovers knowing that this man was sitting outside starving. We would pull into the parking lot and there were people who were living in cars. There were whole families who were camped out in their car, or it was warm. So these people literally made like campsites next to their cars. There were people leaving the hotel every day because they couldn't afford to pay another room. And let me tell you, I don't know if you know, but hotels don't care. Like these businesses don't care what you got going on. If you can't pay the room, that's it. I was door dashing and delivering food every day so that we can pay for the room, eat, and put gas back in the car so that I can do it all over again tomorrow. And guess what? On times where it was slow, times where I was sitting out there for hours and didn't make a dime, that made things a whole lot worse. Now when I see someone in a hotel parking lot or a family in a car full of stuff, I don't see failure. I see fighters. That was our rock bottom. But it became our rebuild, and that's why I share it. Not for sympathy, but so somebody else knows that they're not alone. So yeah, Lexi and I are grateful. And we consider ourselves lucky. Because again, there were many nights that we were hours away from being one of those families on the side of the road, in a parking lot, living out of a car. But there's levels to homelessness. And if you've experienced that and know what it's like to live on somebody's couch, to sleep in somebody's spare bedroom, but I can tell you something, that even with family, eventually it gets old. It gets tiring. People want their space back. People want their privacy to do what they do on a regular basis. And just because you're not on the street or living in a car, it's still a really hard struggle to live in somebody's house knowing that at some point they're not gonna want you there. So if you ever been in that invisible place, not where you were and not where you want to be, just know that you're not forgotten. You're in the process. Because not all of us were built for average.